I said to you at the beginning, we have 30% of success rate when people do the chemotherapy. 30% of success rate. But in my methods, I can guarantee at least 60% of the survival.
Wow. From the cancer?
Yeah, for the cancer. Do it my way. 60%. What is the quantum healing? Actually, it's not physical killing, but it is the act of our mind. When you feel something good, so it's make you happy.
So you're saying that you'll die faster from chemotherapy than
Yes.
the actual cancer?
Yes. It means from 10% while in the chemotherapy room, while in the session, 70% will die sooner compared that to the cancer cell kill you.
People don't know that there's actually alternative medicine out there that can solve problems, because we're told there's so much money in the normal healthcare system, right? The chemotherapy, like all this stuff, like people don't know about the alternative.
When you have the concentrate to put your energy to others who's suffering, and you will forget your problem.
Okay, so this has been a episode long time coming. I'm with Mr. Sufendi Tjuata.
Yes, I am.
AKA Mr. Chai, and he is the CEO of Bali Healthcare Centre here in Bali. And you specialize in traditional Chinese medicine, right?
Yes.
And how long have you been doing that for?
Around 25 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we're going to talk about a lot of things to do with health on this episode. So we're going to talk about ozone therapy, which is something that I came to you for through one of my friends told me about your practice. Yeah. And we're going to talk about cancer, chemotherapy. We're going to talk about how to heal the body naturally, antibodies, building the immune system, fatty liver, gout, and all sorts of health, kidney failure, renal issues. And yeah, it's going to be good. So thank you for coming on, first of all.
Yeah, welcome for everybody.
Yes.
Especially to Aaron.
Thank you.
There's invitations, it's all been a long time ago, maybe months.
Yeah.
But fortunately, we make it today. It's happened.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself before we start. So you're from Indonesia.
Yeah, I'm mostly from Indonesia. I'm the fourth generation of the Chinese is coming from south of mainland China. So what we call the Hokkien tribe. So we are living here around 150 years. That's around that. My ancestor coming to Indonesia. Yeah, and my grandfather practiced the herbal medicines, usually to help villages. Yeah, and then is inheritance to my mother. So I'm very when I was young, I'm very interested because I'm helping my mother to collect all the herbs, so it can help for villages. In that times, it is very hard. Let's say around 40 years ago, it is very hard to find a doctor that can come to the very what do you call isolated island, because we used to live in an island of Sumatra, what do we call Nias Island. If you heard it, it's very famous for stone jumping. Yeah, I'm come from that place, very isolated island we call Nias. So in that case, I'm used to help my mother to help people that cannot have the what they call the quality doctor there. So it's very helping. In that case, so I'm learning. Someday I'm very interested, and then I'm invited to Taiwan, Formosa Island, to learn of internal medicine, how to use internal medicine as a Chinese doctor. So from there, I'm become a practitioner. Yeah, it's already around professionally around 25 years since until today, and I have two clinic. First clinic for the integrative medicine, and the second is for the kidney failure. But actually, it's kidney failure. It is very hard to heal the disease like this. It means you must depend on the machines all the times, twice a week, sometimes 3 times per week, all your whole life. So if you want to avoid this kind of machine, you must do the transplantation. So it is for Indonesian citizens, it is not affordable for them, because to transplant the kidney, you need around, let's say, around 100,000 US dollar. 100,000 US dollar
for a kidney transplant. That's
yes.
how much it costs in Indonesia.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not possible for mostly of Indonesian citizens. So the easiest way is to do the dialysis, to find the dialysis center. So when I'm going to do the dialysis center, there's 2 things that trigger me to build this kind of facility. The first is, I remember around 10 years ago, there's my friend working in the bank, and very young, have the kidney failure. And because of that time, government not support this kind of therapy, not support yet. So you must pay by your own. And bank must give more money to my friend while he is not capable to do the normal job again. So, and then finally, he got fired by the bank. I remember my friend that time, and then suddenly 5 years ago, government opened a facility that we call BPJS. So BPJS pay everything that people have the qualification when they are going to hospital, they are qualified to pay. So the BPJS pay them fully. So in that case, I said, okay, I will must build this facility. And that's 5 years ago. Until now, from 4 machines, I'm the biggest facility in the island, in this island. I have 40 machine. So it can help around 1,500 people monthly that's coming to my clinic to do the dialysis.
So what's the outcome of doing dialysis for people? They do dialysis, what happens?
Even the machines, the purpose of these machines is to prolong the lifetime of the patient. When people get this machine, they can prolong their life at least around 10 to 30 years. So it's prolonged. So when you have somebody that will be loved, and of course you want her or him to live more, maybe at least 10 years, 20 years or 30 years is good compared to you have nothing. But of course, the quality of the patient, the quality life of the patient is not as normal person anymore. Maybe you can gain around 50 to 60% compared to you are used to before. But we help people. Because why? Financially they are not disrupt. Yeah, it mean still you can do your job. Yeah, and then the people still there. Your beloved still go around you, not vanishing. That's the beauty of this what they call this facility. Yeah.
Ah. So now they don't need a transplant because they do dialysis. So
Yes.
afterwards they don't need a transplant. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes. But in my clinic now, I want to build a specialist because after running 5 years, my space out of the space, run out of the space. I need to put more machine because in Bali alone, people entering the machine to do the dialysis at least 800 person every year. So it means it needed around 160 machines. 160 machines to serve these people. There's a new patient coming.
You mean 800,000 people?
No. 800.
Okay.
800. Because one machine can serve just only 6.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean in Bali, in Bali alone,
Yeah.
So every year, Bali need 160 machines. These machines is not cheap. It's around 300,000.
For one.
Yes.
Wow.
Not cheap.
Damn. That's a lot. Like you can help so many people with that.
Yeah, sure.
What's your motivation for helping people? Why do you want to help people?
Yeah, that's a very good questions, Aaron. 10 years ago, I don't understand what you mean. I don't understand, really. Because after I grow up, the first thing is my family. I want to raise my family. Family is the first. Their happiness is the first. Their growing is the first. Everything family first. But after I'm getting old, it means I'm around 60 years old. I thought everything, I have everything. What I'm doing when I was young, I have everything. Then suddenly, my mind said, if you stop now, but still you have a good health, you have many knowledge to help people. When you success to help your family, why not continually you help the unfortunate one beside your family? And otherwise, if you do not do this, when you stop, what a waste. So, and I learning, people coming to this world, the earth, first, they are learning. They learn. But after you learn more, it's time to give. You share. If you are not share, why at the first time you learn? So before you finish, you die, you must share this knowledge. So in order, these people can continue. So actually we are the bridge. We bridging. So if God give you something, you must know you are used by God for something else. So it means this world is, we are going to share. Not everybody fortune like me, like you. There's most people, they have money but they don't have the good health. But the most important especially in Indonesia, why we are talking about the third country? Because we have a very weak in the income. When you are very weak in the income, you have less knowledge. And if you less knowledge, you cannot fix to the world. How to fix to the world? Like the Charles Darwin said, survival of the fittest. If you are not fit, you cannot stand up with the current situation. So in the future you will vanish. So you must fit. Fit is mean you can adapt. So how to adapt? You must have the knowledge. So compared to the other society, you are even. So in Indonesia, there's many people still poor because they less knowledge. Why they less knowledge? Because they have no facility. Why no facility? No money. So what is the beginning? This is the cycle. Right. So when you cut the cycle, so everything will get better.
Right, okay, so that's cool because that's how I see the world as well. Like we are, God is giving us this knowledge and we have to share it. It's like one of my friends before, he said, if I have the cure for cancer and I don't share it, I deserve to be shot because why am I not sharing it, right?
Yes.
And so this is a nice segue into that topic actually, because I wanted to touch on the cancer because that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on, because
yes.
How you view cancer is completely yes. different to yes. mainstream healthcare system, right? Yes. So one of my friends, actually, I brought her to your clinic. I'm not going to share her name, but she had a tumor on her breast, right?
Yes.
And I brought her to your clinic, and that was, for me, that was like, I knew that you were going to help her with that.
Yeah.
So can you just share your views on cancer first?
This is very funny, What I'm chasing in the future. So this is the topic you just mentioned, cancer. So when people diagnose with the cancer, they are dying already. Why? Because every people when they got diagnosis with cancer, their life stop. Why? Just one thing they can thought, I'm dying. So when you repeat it, you are dying, you cannot sleep. Everybody anxious, they cannot sleep. So they make the antibody going down. So why people can survive that long? Different when people compare to the animal. People can persuade themselves. They can chase happiness. They can learn. They have a good memory. Then have society. So that's make human very unique. But cancer is the most scary because cancer, when the diagnosis, it is a dead end. Why I say dead end? Because nowadays, when you visit the hospital, first, you must be punched. So I will see, this is the aggregation cancer, or it's just a small nodule that's not aggregation, not aggregate. So what if aggregate, doctor? Maybe you must go to the surgery room. They cut the breast, like Angelina Jolie doing. One breast infected, but the second is they cut it normal. So first is surgery. The second is the scare thing is to do the chemotherapy. Because maybe you have problem with one breast. When you do the chemotherapy, to protect your cancer to spreading to the whole body, the doctor will give you chemotherapy. So many wise people say, when you do the chemotherapy, the cancer victim, that time is the time begin to suffer. Because when you do the chemotherapy, from the people happy, you cannot happy. Why? Because it kill your blood cell. When you have blood cell just half, 50%, from the normal one, you cannot walk, you cannot see, you cannot stand, everything. Because you just have, you like a half human, half energy. Even sometimes the scary thing is when you smell food, maybe 10 meters away, you are vomiting. It's scary thing, you know. So, it's in fact all your sense, your tongue, your nose, even your mind, because you cannot sleep. You are in the bed 10 hours, 15 hours, but you cannot sleep because pain, you suffering pain, you practicing pain. It's scary thing. And if we get a scale, you know, the graphic, we draw the graphic from 1,000, 10,000 people who got the chemotherapy, the survival rate from 10, just only maximum 3. 3, it means the success rate is just 30% only. That's the first session of the therapy, first session. First session, maybe 6 times, maybe 12 times or 20 times, it's okay. And when the doctor said, okay, you are healed, totally you get recover. But this recover, just a remission. Maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years, but I'm assure you, not until 5 years, these people that can survive from the first chemotherapy will have experienced the second session of the therapy. And if they get the second session of the therapy, it's much sure from 30%, the survival rate, let's say maybe just only 10%. From this 30%, you just 3%. It means actually nothing left.
And why does that happen?
Because it's toxic. You know what killing or what Germany, Nazi, to have a concentration room to kill the Jews. What they use?
The Nazis.
Yes. They use what they call a chemical compound that is called orange. So actually it's killing you. But maybe medical thoughts. If the cancer not killing you now, but sooner or later it's killing you. So the survival rate is 0. But if I interfere with the chemotherapy, maybe from 10 you can survive 2 to 3%. 10 to 20%, 30% still survive. But if I am not interfere with the chemotherapy, you are sooner or later you die away. See? But while I'm do the intervention, I got money, right? Medical field get money, right?
For the chemotherapy.
Chemotherapy, of course. Because I do the intervention, I do something for you, and I got the money. But if people die anyway, but at least I do something for you, and I got the money.
Right.
See?
Yeah.
So, but because at the first time, the victim have no experience. If, you know, in English we call it if is not possible, right? Mm. If they know at the beginning, they do not want to do the chemotherapy. But because they do not know, they do the chemotherapy.
They do not know that it's actually only going to put it into remission.
Yes.
And it's going to come back in a few years.
Yeah, and it's very suffering. It means from 10% while in the chemotherapy room, while in the session, the 70% will die sooner compared that to the cancer cell kill you.
So you're saying that you'll die faster from chemotherapy than
Yes.
the actual cancer?
Yes. So who experience of the chemotherapy, and finally they are very regret. Where at the beginning I can eat well, even I have the problem here, nodule, I still little pain, but I still fine. But why after chemotherapy I got problem? See?
That's because it kills the good cells and the bad cells, right?
Yes.
It kills both.
Yeah, but usually doctors concentrate on the cancer cell.
Yep.
They are not concentrate on the healthy cell. So when we ask, doctor, why you are just talking about how to treat my cancer? Can you give me advice? How my body get rid of my cancer? While you are treating me with the chemotherapy, but can you telling me what make my body strong, not getting cancer, to avoid cancer? Doctor said, that's not my field. So what I'm going to do, doctor, okay, you can asking about the, nutritionist. That's it. So the people are suffering or dying while they do the chemotherapy many times and become regret. Why at the beginning I listened to doctor to do the chemotherapy? But it is too late, When you want to regret, but it's too late. That's the final. Because the chemotherapy go one way, not two way. Right?
Yeah. So this is super fascinating to me because so the lady I brought to you, right?
Yes.
She had a tumor on her breast. I think it was like 2 or 3 centimeters. Went to get
3.3 centimeters.
Yeah, and she went to get ultrasound and confirmed it all.
Yeah.
And of course, when you get that news, you're like freaking out, right? You don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so she came to you, and then I don't know what exactly you got her to do, but essentially after, was it 6 weeks or 1 month, she went back to get an ultrasound, and she said the nurse was shaking because the nurse couldn't find the tumor on the screen. And she was like, what's going on? What's happened? What have we been doing?
Yes.
And she didn't have any chemotherapy, no surgery. So what happened there, and how does that work?
Yeah. First of all, it's very rare people can understand what I mean. Even I talk clearly, they still do not believe. So the important thing is the belief. So when you go to the medical doctor, 99.9% you believe the doctor is the best one. Yeah, but people coming to me at the beginning, before they coming to doctor, they won't believe on me. Why? Because I said to you, I'm the alternative one. It means when the doctor cannot, or you don't want to see the doctor anymore, you see me. So it means this is rare. The percentage people coming to see me is very rare at the beginning. But at the last, there's many people coming when the doctor fail, the medical field fail, they come to me. But the state is too late to be healed. So at the beginning, he said, I don't believe. How come you can do this and can heal myself without surgery and chemotherapy? I said, yes, because the cancer cell is not your enemy. Like the virus, this is very popular, COVID-19. It is come outside from the body, not inside your body. So it means it strange things. But cancer is different. It is already you have in your body since you are coming to this world. Really? Yes. Because cancer is part of your cell. But the problem is, what trigger the cell becoming a cancer cell? Because you've been poisoned. Maybe your food, maybe your environment, maybe your behavior. We never know. So, if you use many plastics for eating, consuming, use plastic as a media, so you will, what they call, exposed by BPA, plastic, and it trigger cancer. There's many people, they drink water in plastic and they put in the car and they do a parking there, and maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, and exposed by the sunshine, heat, and it's then release BPA. So it can trigger cancer. So your body, your cell exposed by this kind of BPA is become uncontrollable. So it's become cancer. When you in what we call in the room that's always keeping in touch with the what we call electricity, electromagnetic, you will get cancer too. Yeah. But the third thing is, if you eat that unnatural food, it can retain in your body, accumulate in your body, it can trigger the cancer too. So if cancer, it is actually the normal cell is triggered by something that poisoning your cell, and it become uncontrollable. The normal cell, when dying and it's growing, when they meet each other, is stopping. So there's a normal cell. The cancer cell, when they meet each other, is still growing. So it become a new nodule there. So it means uncontrollable things. So it's become cancer. The faster it's growing, so we call it very aggressive cancer. When it's very slow to grow, what we call this is mild cancer. So everything in the body, what we call neoplasm, is the cancer cell. But while sometimes it's faster, sometimes it's not fast. It's become age. The victim's age. When you're around 20, 30, compared to the around what you call 60 and up, yeah. Old people and young people, they have different kind of aggregation. Because people young, they have the endurance. Their cell have the protection still strong. But the old people, their hormones is decline. So the antibody is declined as well. So it's become aggregate. It's like that.
So how do you heal people that have cancer when they're not without chemotherapy and surgery?
So it actually, we turning what is the cause of the cancer, and we turn it back. So what we call to reverse it. Okay. So first, what is the cancer? The cancer cell is there's something in your body, your cell, normal cell, interfere with the toxin. This trigger become aggregate. So the toxin. So detox. So when you do the detoxification, your cell, the cancer cell no longer support by food. What is the food of the cancer? The toxin. When you stop the food, the cancer will dying. So we call apoptosis. It's dying, starving, no energy to duplicate.
So you have to fast in order to starve the cancer. You can't eat at all? Or is it just sugar? Because I was under the impression that it's just sugar that's feeding the cancer cells.
Of course, the sugar is to make it stronger and grow faster. But not at the beginning, because you consume the sugar, you become a cancer cell. See? So, to become a cancer cell, because the toxin enter your body, to change the behavior of the cell, because the cells become blind. So it cannot controllable, so it become blind. So stop the toxin. And then, when you stop the toxin, the new cell is not growing. When you stop the food of the cancer, like sugar, so it's become diminishing, disappear totally from the cause and from itself. So how to stop the cause is to stop the toxin. So that's what we call detoxification. Do detoxification.
Right.
Okay? Yeah. But of course you must control the food, because when you control the food, the cancer cell have no food. It cannot stand. So you must do it both. Like you walking, left head, left leg, right leg. Together is faster and very, very synergic.
Right. So what is your detoxification process? What do you prescribe for patients?
Usually, there's many things to do the detoxifications. First, you must detox the liver. Because everything, when you do the digestion, the central of the digestion is the liver. So the liver is the biggest organ in our body. The second is kidney. The third is what? The intestine. So when I learn about the cancer, I know every cancer patient have a very, very bad digestion, especially about going to toilet. And when you see deeply around the what they call the intestine, you will find there's many parasites. So it means what you eat is support the parasite. So the parasite can produce more toxin to the body. Because it's actually waste. How about your toilet? You don't have enough water. So it's become smelly. And of course, it can grow the bacteria. It's like that. So do the detoxification from liver, from kidney, from the intestine, and of course the fourth, from your skin. So you must do exercise to have what they call to sweating. And of course you must from your skin you must receive more sunshine. So vitamin D is a hormone. It is for the fighter cell as well. It feed the fighter cell in the body. So what is the most important is our T cell, cell T or cell macrophage in the body that can eat or to kill the strange cell to the body. Like that. So when you stop the course of the cancer and you control the diet, less sugar or no sugar, the cancer cell will die, no supporting anymore. But of course the course, there's no new cancer anymore. And the cancer is already stay in the body, will dying because there's no food to support it. So this is the very, very what call basic how to fight cancer.
So essentially just cutting out the sugar in your diet will help a lot.
Of course.
Yeah. And then so the detoxification is detox the liver, the kidneys and the intestines.
Yes.
And the skin, right?
Yes.
And so to do that you need to what can they do? Because I came to you for ozone therapy and that's actually what you prescribed to my friend as well. So can you talk about ozone therapy and why that's good? Because I was of the impression that ozone therapy is like the natural antibiotic, right? It's like instead of me taking antibiotics, I just do ozone therapy and it cleans my body, gets rid of all the toxins. Yeah. So can you talk about what is ozone therapy for those that are hearing it for the first time?
Okay. The ozone therapy actually, at the beginning we said about the toxin, okay? Toxin enter your body, maybe from your drink, from your food, from your mind because you are sleeping too late, you have anxiety problem, There's many times it triggers our hormones unbalance, as well as our food. So when you drink, eat sugar, so it coming to your bloodstream, right? So when you do the ozone, it draw out excessive sugar, excessive fat. So your blood is more easily and faster to be clean. Can my body clean? Yeah. When you stop eating, it can clean faster. But sometimes because many people, it's very hard to stop their behavior. It's already years, So it is the easy way is to clean your blood by the filter, by the ozone. So this is the faster way. So people can reduce their fat, their excessive sugar, even the toxin that's entered the main bloodstream, we can take it out. Because one time of ozone, we filter the blood around 5.4 liters or around 5,400 milliliters. So it is whole body we clean. So our blood is going to be pure again. So purify the blood. Purify. All the toxin is coming out. Even maybe from your food and everything. So it toxic the blood, so we draw it out. We clean the blood. That's the first thing. And ozone as well is giving you super oxygen. What is super oxygen? Oxygen is consists of O2. O2. So what is ozone? Ozone is made by O2 and become O3 until O10. So O3 until O10 we call ozone. So the smell is different. So you can recognize this is ozone, but you cannot recognize the oxygen. But without oxygen, you are dying. You can feel. But when we put ozone, you can smell it. So actually ozone is a super oxygen. So our body, when we do less exercise, our intake oxygen is very low. But the beautiful of the ozone is first, is flooding your blood with oxygen, super oxygen first. The second is bring you what you call a killing ingredient inside. What is the killing ingredient? It can kill the microorganism, like the viruses, bacteria. So the ozone is a perfect what you call chemical compound, but it's harmless because it is made by O2. So even for the pregnancy woman, it's okay. They don't have any obstacle to get the ozone. So it is very, very good. Kill bacteria, microorganism. Flood your blood with oxygen. So in the body we have bacteria, aerobe and anaerobe. So anaerobe bacteria, sometimes without oxygen, it can grow faster. When you put the oxygen, it's killing them. So cancer cell is very afraid of the oxygen. When you put more oxygen, the cancer cell dying. Really? Yes. And of course, our mind, our brain need more oxygen. So what is the chest pain? Chest pain is mean your heart muscles crying for oxygen. Chest pain. It is happen to the coronary heart problem. So chest pain is lack of oxygen. So the brain, when it lacks of oxygen, is stuck, so become stroke. So the nerve become die. So it is interfere your mobilization. You cannot move as normal people as usual, because some of the nerve die, the brain cell die. So what is the most important thing? Oxygen. You cannot drink one day, it's okay. You do not eat 3 days, it's okay. But how about 20 minutes you do not breathe? Or you live in a space there's no oxygen for 20 minutes. What do you feel? Die. Really?
Yeah.
So why people pay something, go to the gym to do exercise? Why?
To build muscle.
The build muscle,
get
but
stronger.
of course, intake of the oxygen.
Yeah.
Okay? When your blood pumping faster, is drawing the oxygen more, right? So it means actually we are blessed. Why you are blessed? Because you consume the oxygen, the most important thing, without paying. So we are being blessed.
Doesn't cost any money.
Not cost any money.
Yeah.
See? That's the beauty things that sometimes we living in a beautiful world, but we do not understand.
But a sick body has less oxygen.
Of course.
That's what I'm hearing, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. That's for sure. So for the elderly, usually the problem is always the poor blood circulation. What is the poor blood circulation? The blood is very slow and less oxygen. See? So it's making you dizziness. When you have full oxygen, your brain is very bright. Your eye bright. You are very energetic.
So it sounds like ozone therapy can be a way for anti-aging. It's like prolong your life.
That's true, Aaron. So we have an island in the East Java, what we call Madura. But Madura is the main island. There's small island close to the Madura island. The people can live there around 100 years.
Wow.
And then suddenly scientists go in there and then check why. They find out the oxygen there is very rich of oxygen and pure oxygen. So people can live healthy. That's the answer. So of course, the pure oxygen make people or living things can live longer. So you have a fish pond, a fish aquarium, okay? You put fish. What is the most important? The fish can live happily and grow bigger, or maybe have what they call babies or what? How can they live? Food. The most important thing is the water. When the water is very clear, and fish is very happy. And when they happy, they eat more. They reproduce. But if you have the aquarium, the first thing, water. The second thing, what you must doing? You put oxygen, right? Suddenly, one night, the electricity gone. No light. Okay? Blackout. And suddenly, there's no oxygen. Because pumping oxygen is dying. Dead, right? And then tomorrow you'll see there's many fish is dead or dying. Why? Lack of oxygen. The most important is the oxygen. Beside of the water. Because clear water absorb more oxygen. But of course you must put more oxygen to pump oxygen in the pond or in the aquarium. Without that, the fish dead. See what I mean? So that's the important of the oxygens.
So this sounds like that's what the solution to the cancer, healing patients with cancer, is increasing their oxygen.
Yes.
With ozone therapy.
Of course.
Yeah.
Then after that, I said to you, it's kill all the what you call bacteria. Because when you see the blood, what we call live blood analysis, you can see there's 3 things happen to the body. When people are very, very sick, when people have the cancer, the condition is very, very bad, very sick. So 3 things that make sure these people is healthy or not. First, the blood circulation. When the blood cells stuck together, it means the circulation is very poor. Slowly. So the circulation of the oxygen is slow too, first. The second, we can see the toxin in the body. Really, the toxin is very, very much. So when you see the toxin 90%, you can assure this person maybe weeks will die. Because toxin 90% in the blood. Yeah. The third, of course, we're talking about the antibody. What is antibody? The nutrition. You have enough nutrition or not? Your blood circulation good or not? And then your toxic accumulate in the body much or less. It is no matter what age are you. No matter. So one times I have experienced, there's a father around 75 years old bring his son 35 years. And the son 35 years have a problem with diabetes type 2. And when I see the blood together, make me laugh. Because the father's blood look like as the son's blood. And the son's blood look like as a 70 years old's blood. So it's make me understand clearly this is not about the age problem. It is about the toxic problem in the body. So oxygen is play the important thing, because when you want to have a good metabolism, make sure the oxygen is enough.
So how do people know that their oxygen is high? Like how do I know that?
How you know that?
Yeah.
First, when you wake up, you are very pleased, you are happy. It means your oxygen enough. When you sleep already 8 hours to 10 hours, you still, I not sleep good. It means your oxygen level is very low.
And then when it's low, it's easy to get sick.
Yes, of course. So it's what we call not in an instant way. It is need months or years to become sick. Because our body is made by God. So it have endurance and it has a mechanism to heal the body itself. There's no medicine that's good to the body. Why? Because something compound coming from outside actually is not suitable for yourself. You have to digest it first. So actually, when you have a good food, a good diet that's suitable to you, to your blood, and is trigger an energy, reproduce the new cell. So that's when you become alive, more energetic.
Yeah, it's interesting because as you're talking about ozone therapy, I remember when I first came to see you, you actually took a photo of the waste from my blood because there was so much toxin in there.
Yeah.
And I was quite scared because I was like, wow, he's taking a photo. He does this every day. He sees so many patients, and my blood was the waste was just so full.
Yeah.
But then after a while, I think I've done it 6 times now at your clinic, and the waste is just clear water, and there's only a tiny bit now.
Yes.
And so that shows how many toxins were in my blood and how cleaner that is now.
Yes.
But I don't feel like people ask me, oh, did you feel any better? Like, I don't actually feel it like noticeably, but I can see the results. Like clearly, my blood's getting cleaner, which for me that's important because like a lot of people that I help is their age between 35 and 50, and they want to know that their health is going to be good for the next few years. They don't want diabetes, they don't want heart disease, all these things. They don't want to get cancer. So they want to age backwards. And so this is one way you can do it, which is like anti-aging, which is obviously taking care of your diet, which is what I tell people, but also increasing the oxygen in your blood and detoxing the toxin, because that's the most important thing, and also the antibodies.
Yes.
So can you talk more about the antibodies? Because people don't know what that is. Like, why is antibodies important? What is it?
Yeah. That's a very clear what you mentioned. 100% true. At the beginning, you will see the toxins, maybe more than 500 milliliters coming out and dirty. And after you doing many times of the ozone, it's become less and become clear. It means what we are drawing out is from your blood. It means there's a toxin. But when you do a couple of times of ozone, and you will see the toxin is less. Because why? Because clear. And the water is less compared to the first time, right there. But you say, I don't feel anything. Yes, of course. When people are healthy, you do something, they don't feel. People can experience the problem if the body have very, very low energy. So when you interfere with something, I said, it's very good. Why is that? Because when you have a very strong, like you have the energy 90%, I give you 10%, maybe you don't feel anything. If you have many money, and I will give you, let's say 1,000, you said, for me it's okay, I'm not happy. But how about people, they have just only $1, and you give him $1,000. Not $1,000, you give him $100. You say, wow. Yeah? So it's like the body like that. When you have the full energy, when you interfere with something, you add something, you don't feel anything. But you can see the result from the blood, from the outside of the, what they call, waste compound. You see, it is much, and then now it's less. So you can see the result, but your body don't feel anything. Why? Because your body is still maybe 80% to 90%. It's still okay. So like people, you say, I come to eat. What do you think? I don't feel anything. Why? Because he just eat, and you put something to eat, it's not make difference. But how about people starving about 2 days not eat? Everything you do is making me more stronger, more vigorous, right? So it is just a comparison. So feel sometimes it cannot be a measurement. So like me, I said, it's here, it's rather cold. And you said, no, I'm not cold. And then we measure with the temperature, we have the same temperature. But I'm feeling. So feeling cannot be a good measurement. It's like that. So this is what I mean. But the result you can see from the toxin, from the blood changes, is make different.
But what about the why are the antibodies important?
Actually, the antibody is what they call, antibody is protection. Antibody is a protection. People that have a good health, because their antibody works. How do you know the antibody works? You can measure from the what you call the T cell. The T cell healthy. When the T cell is very healthy, when there's strengthening coming to your body that harm your body, this T cell can swallow. So it means even you get the toxin or you get the environment virus, but when your antibody good, you're not affected. So it means your body are well protected. Okay, but some people just sneezing and then he got sick tomorrow. What is the problem with you? And then because actually he have no good antibody. So antibody you can feel, but you cannot see. But if I want to see, you can test your blood. Your blood cell is very good. Your T cell is very good, or your macrophage is very good. You can see that.
Your macro what?
Macrophage. That macrophage that killing everything.
Macrophage.
Macrophage. So it's killing the waste. You know, the old citizen, the old people, they produce more waste, right? So if this waste not going to out of the body, it's become toxic. Okay, so this cell can eat this. So the dying cell is eating by our macrophage cell. So everything that's unwanted in the body is eating by this cell. So that we call killing cell, natural killer cell, NKA, natural killer cell. So this thing to protect your body. There's no waste, because waste become toxic. Turn toxic and become sickness. So where our antibody is very good, even you are 19 years old, you don't affect to anything. Why? Because your killing cells is effective. It's like that.
Okay. So basically, if you want to not get sick, you need to have high levels of antibodies.
Yes.
So when we get sick, it's because we have low levels of antibodies.
Of course.
So then how do we increase and make sure our levels of antibodies are high at all times?
Yes. And maybe we call about environment. We're talking about environment, nature, we're talking about food, we're talking about behavior. But something that we don't forget, because we are human. So what is make human is different from another creature. We think. We experience about something that other creatures do not doing this. We can think. So sometimes your negative thinking can killing you. People suffering every day at the same at the same group, at the same group, like in Bali. People suffering from the COVID, so every business going down. So it means the community suffering. But if you are very positive attitude, you're still happy. Of course, I don't have money. Of course, I don't have money. I don't produce money. Yes. I have nothing to do. I'm stressed. Yes. People stress. But when you see your back, maybe you're already living in Bali 10 years, and you see, actually, I already experienced many good things. I still place, I still friends, I still have money, because formerly 10 years I already deposit my money in the good way. Yeah. Still I don't have money now. I not produce money now, but I still have my deposit. So it makes you happy. But when you see the future, oh my life is disaster. Because you have no future. How can you predict 1 year, 2 year, 3 year? You don't never know. And you look people, and people suffering too. Not you alone. Community is suffering. But when you go back to see 10 years what you're doing, you have land, you have friends, you have deposit in a good way. You are still good. You see that? So, what you're chasing for? So, when people think, they are think freely. You can think the negative thing. You chasing the future. There's violation of the future. The future stop. But you can see your back. I already have good life. I have many good deposit. It's okay for me. While. So, you can sleep well. When you are stressed, your antibody going down.
When you're stressed, your antibodies go down.
Of course. Of course. That's it. So even you have money or not, you have job or not, it is depend on the mood. When you mood happy, okay, everything growing in your body. When you are stressed, your heart beat faster. And you, absorb little more oxygen. Because it faster, it need more oxygen, right? While you are not going out, you are in the bed, you are close in your room. There's a poor blood oxygen, poor oxygen. No oxygen, poor oxygen, not enough oxygen. So when your heartbeat is faster, you need more oxygen while there's less oxygen. What happened to your body?
Less defense.
Of course. It's like that. So the most important is because we are the thinking creature, we can think positively or we can think negatively, free. It's a freedom. When you can choose, why you not choose good? Well, you are thinking about your future, but there's no future. It's still dark for everybody. I don't think. But you are already, God give you 10 years heavy living, and what you doing? What you earn more money, or you earn more money and you build business? What do? You spend all your money, or you save the money. It's like that. So when God gives you many things, it is not the right for you to spend all for you to deposit. When there's a disaster, and then God said, I already give you. Where is your deposit? God, I still have. Okay, see, your future is safe.
It's a hard message though for people to hear, because most people, they want the fix. They want, give me this pill. What's this pill should I have to take to increase my antibodies? And you're saying you can think your way into sickness, or you can think your way out of sickness, right? By being positive.
Betul. Yes. So the first thing is, people must have the right attitude. I have problem. Okay, I do the communication with the expert. First, he, she, or willing to come to listen. Second, he have open mind. The third, he want to try. So at least this is the way to absorb everything. But believe on me, what you are eating, what are your pill, what are your herbs, the most important thing is yourself. Everything outside is a supporter to your body. Because why? You need a media. A media. Really? This is media. Yes, this is media. Like you do the meditation, it's a media for you to calm yourself. So what you eating, vegetarian or you eating meat, is a media for you. So, but most people ask me, how about vegetarian good or the meat good? I said, I saw vegetarian can live shorter compared to meat eater. But I can see the meat eater can live longer as well as the vegetarian. So actually food is a media to your body. But the problem is your body is good or not to take this media. So don't depend on the outside from the outer. Depend on yourself. There's many people, they eat very simple food. They can live longer and still happily. Many people, they are very rich. They can live only 40 years old and they die. What is the problem? This is not about wealth. It is about your behavior, to see things through yourself. This, everything outside your body is a media only. It's a bridge. The most important is yourself.
And your thoughts.
Of course, your thought. Yourself is your thought, your mind. That's the most important thing. Okay.
And that's where a lot of the cancers come from, is the thoughts, right? The stress.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I always say to my people, my patient, your sickness, your body sickness, is actually around 30 to 40%. Your body problems. But actually, the real problem is your mindset. 60 to 70 coming from your thoughts, from your mind. So correct your mind. Calm it down. Because, I learned something. People who have the heartbeat is very high, heartbeat faster, can live shorter. The slower heartbeat can live longer.
Yeah, why is that?
Because the faster the heart, the faster metabolism, the faster way. It's, it's like money. You use money more, and then you die. Why is that? Yeah. So the heartbeat, the normal person is around 70 to 80 heartbeat per minute.
BPM, yeah.
Okay. But the people that can live longer, usually the heartbeat is around 50 to 60. So, and then what people say, tell me, so that's why we cannot do exercise running, because we increase our heartbeat to 100, maybe 120. I said, yes, but it is a very short time. The beautiful thing is, if you put yourself in exercises and you push your heartbeat from 70 to 120 or 30, maybe just 30 minutes to 1 hour. But after that, we live 24 hours, right? When you use 1 hour to increase your heartbeat double, and what you gain? So what is gain? What is what we gain from this activity? And then your heart bigger and last from the normal and last. And when the heart enlarges, so it pumping maybe less than 30% compared to the normal one. Why is that? Because it's bigger. Like you have the motorbike. You have 200 cc of the motorbike. You just push a little bit and then faster. But if you have just 100 cc, when it's going to the hill, you must push it more, right? So, the big heart, the small pump, the lower pumping, maybe can pumping around 50 to 60 compared to normal 70. So, when these 23 hours, your heart pumping is very low, you can live more longer. And then some people ask me, if I'm not doing exercise, I still 70. I said, actually, your heartbeat not 70. Why is that? You angry all the time. When you're angry, what problem? Your heartbeat going to 90, 100. You are not realize that. So people always angry, have a shortened life. You see that?
Have you seen this in your patients too? Like you've seen these problems,
of course,
the mental problems.
So I always educate them. I said to them, because when people coming, first of all, I'm not talking about healing. I'm talking your behavior. Change your behavior. When you change behavior, everything will influence by this kind of thing. One thing you do and it changes everything. It's a trigger. So I educate them to control your mind, to control your anger. See the beautiful things, not concentrate on the bad things. Because people have many bad things. Why people have bad thing? Actually, this is not bad thing. Bad thing for me, not bad thing for you. For instance, I'm very upset because my friend said he coming at 9 and then suddenly he said, I'm coming at 11. So I said, no, this is not good. I'm busy, very busy. Why? But while you, Aaron, you are very, an honest friend. I said, Aaron, sorry, I'm coming late, around 1 hour. I said, okay, no problem. Mr. Chai, you can come in. It's okay for me. So, Who is suffering? You suffering or me suffering? Me suffering, not you suffering. See, like, so actually the beautiful thing is if every people can see the good things. Maybe Mr. Chai is stuck by the traffic. Maybe have maybe some problem. You understand people. When you see the understand people, and these are the beauty things. But when you see you are not right in time, you always cheating. You think he is cheating. So what do you think? You are very uncomfortable. I have friend that cheat me. You very uncomfortable thing. Comfortable in your body, your mind. So everything changes. So the positive how we see and feel about others is effect to our body.
That's the link that a lot of people don't make, is how you relate to others affects your health.
Of course.
People don't know that.
Yes.
That's so simple, but people don't know that.
Yes. Yes. So this is what we call quantum healing. What is the quantum healing? Actually, it's not physical healing, but it is the act of our mind. When you feel something good, so it make you happy. For instance, there's a Balinese, wise Balinese said, when I give something to others, I give something, present or money, I do not know what is the feeling of the receiver. I never know. I just give.
Yeah.
But for me, who is the giver, my heart is already been clean because I'm very happy. I'm poor-hearted. I give something, I deliver something, but I never know how about his reaction. I never know. But for me, it's the most important. Me, I'm happy. I did good things. I'm happy. So the most important thing, me, not you.
And you said happiness is the best antibody.
Yes.
What do you mean by that, for people that want to know more about what that means?
Yeah, of course, you can find it in many books talking about what you call the power of giving, the power of receiving, you know.
Yeah.
When the first time I meet my girlfriend, now to be my wife, I'm very happy. Why it's make me very happy? Because I love to meet her. It's make me very happy. And even said, can you pick me up? It's 9 p.m. I said, yes. I'm full of energy. How come? Because when I'm happy, I'm full of energy. So I'm willing to do anything for her. Right? So it makes me stronger. Make me happy. So when you are happy, it makes you full energy, and of course, you have no tired. You don't experience tired. Yeah?
Yeah.
Because you're happy. Okay? So sometimes when you're happy, sometimes you forgot yourself. Really? Yeah. You forgot your tiredness. You forgot you are overtime. You forgot you are not going to sleep. You are forgot you are starving. You forgot everything. So it means you are happy. When you are happy, you are full energy. When you are full energy, it means your antibody is good. Because you never tired, you never sick, you never starving. That's a beautiful thing. So the hormones, this is called endorphin. Forget your pain. Like you have in hive. Are you high? Why you are laughing all the time? Because hive. See? So it mean the endorphin make the pain less. No pain. And make you more energetic. So it triggered. Is like that? So happiness can make impossible things. But while in the normal condition, it's not. You cannot. So I experienced this. I know. How about you know? First, I read book. Scientist said. Book says. Second, I experience myself. I know. You fearless. You know, there's something when we talk when the children. These are my friends. Let's say Mr. B. When we talking about the scare thing, about the ghost story, he's the one. Sit in the middle, surrounded by many people, and he is the scared one. But he loves to listen to this ghost story, but he is very, very scared. And then Sunday, usually he do not go back to home at night because he's scared of darkness. And someday, when he grow up, he fall in love with a girl. Whose house is close to the cemetery. Yeah? You know cemetery?
Yep.
And every night he is, after Saturday night, Saturday night if you will, at 7, cross to the cemetery, go to his girlfriend's house. Happily, no afraid. And come back from the girlfriend's house at 10 p.m. And then suddenly we say, you are not afraid? No, I don't have afraid. So it make courage. When you do your happiness, it bring courage. You are not everything. You are not afraid of everything. See?
So not being afraid of things increases your health?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, of course. When people know they can be die anytime, and he is not afraid of dying, he is very free person. If cancer victim said, the doctor said to the cancer victim, I said, okay, you can live around 12 months. 12 months. And after that, he cannot sleep well. 3 months later, he died. Why? Because the condition make him scared of the time, anxiety of the time, cannot eat well, cannot smile, hopeless. How can he live that long? Not possible. But if the doctor do not say, no, this is just a small dose, don't be afraid, maybe he can live 3 years to 5 years. You see it?
Yeah, that's a good topic you bring up, because that's something that, so my grandmother passed away, I think it was 2013, so that's 9 years ago. So she had breast cancer, and then it got into her bone ultimately, which is very sad. But when we went to the doctor told us she had a few months left to live.
Yes.
And this is something that doctors tell patients, and then it actually, like you said, it causes them to pass away within that time period or shorter than that, right?
Yes.
Because of the mind, how they're thinking about, they're scared of dying, or their doctor said, I'm going to die, so I'm going to die.
Yes.
And that's literally all your mind.
Yes.
So how can people reverse that? And how can, first of all, that before I even go and ask that question, like that, doctors are literally, I believe, this is my personal belief, that's actually killing people more, is telling them they're going to die in this time period. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so that's why, because I understand this, when you have the modus, you want people spend more money, you must put something that trigger their mindset in negative way.
But doctors don't want to. This is what I understand about doctors, right? Because you're a doctor yourself.
Yeah.
Doctors don't train with the mindset of, I want to sell these people stuff. They want to help people, but then where's the disconnect?
So, sometimes help, it is good things. But sometimes helps can have many ways. And you never know. You think help is just one way. Actually, there's many ways. Okay, Aaron, actually, I want to help you, but you have 6 months left. So you must do it like this. So it means I help you, but I scare you at the same time. So don't postpone. You must going faster. Otherwise, you have a problem like this. If I'm not helping you, you will be suffering. You're dead after 6 months. That's the truth. But the doctor cannot say, okay, doctor, I will follow what you suggest to me. Can you tell me after I doing everything that you suggest to me, can I pass this 6 months? And then the doctor said, you ask God. How he cannot make sure do something and gain something? Why? But if you are not doing this, you postpone this, you will die 6 months. But if I doing like this, something to you, do chemotherapy or surgery, I do action to you, but I'm not guarantee you can pass these 6 years. True. So helping sometimes for yourself or to others. Sometimes we are very, this is flying words. The words have wings. So that's why we need to talking frankly. So when we still want to earn more money, sometimes the situation can be like that. You never know in the words have the meaning. It has words again. Beneath words, there's words. You never know, because it can fly into anywhere. Not in one way. Sometimes we ask more money. It's like that. So that's why I always talking to my patient, if you want, okay, give me 1 month and you will see. And you think it's okay, you continue. Like your friend from Australia. And he said, okay, Mr. Chai, can I try for 10 days? I said, yes. After consuming 10 days and then treatment for 10 days, she go to the nurse again to have a control, to scan. From 3.3 become 2.2 centimeters, the nodule in the breast. And then can continue. So 2 times of the continue, and then 30 days later, and I said, finally it's gone. It's wandering. Where's the tumors? I said the tumors is not gone. It's just shrinking and dissolved by your antibody. This is a waste. When it dying, it become waste. Waste, and our antibody cell macrophage eat the waste. And your body clean by the waste. It's like that. I said, you see the beauty thing. So when I talking something, of course I know. Maybe you are questioning what my suggestion. But you can try. Because it is not harmful to you. When you do the surgery, it's not success what? You already been surgered. When I do the chemotherapy, and when it's not success, you cannot come back like as the first beginning. You never, because you already suffered. But when you consume my medicine or you do in my treatment, there's no negative things enter to your body. It just works or not works. It's slow effective or it fast effective. There's no negative things, I'm assured. So this is the beautiful things of my treatment.
Yeah, and that was amazing. So she did the ozone and she did what was it, laser?
Yeah,
and
TSL.
And then what's the other
Germanium.
one? Huh?
Germanium machines. That's to change the polarizations of the cell. Yeah. The infected area, we change the polarization positive. Because the polarization of the cell positive is become bigger. It reproduce. When we put the negative energy, it's shrinking. From 10 to 8 to 5 to 6, smaller. Negative is to reduce. Positive is to make it duplicate more.
Yeah, what was interesting was when she came into your clinic, you were just like, yeah, just give me 1 month and then do this, then this, and this. And then she's like, really? She's talking to me, she's like, really? Should I do this? I was like, yeah, just do it. But the way you said it was like, you just, this is easy. It's like, oh yeah, just drink some water. Yeah, just do it. And she was like, because it boggles people's minds because it's something that people don't know about.
Yes.
Because it's like, we are sick, we go to the hospital, whatever they tell us to do, we do that.
Yeah.
But your alternative medicine, right? It's like, that's a completely different mindset. Like, people don't know that there's actually alternative medicine out there that can solve problems because we're told there's so much money in the normal healthcare system, right? The chemotherapy, like all this stuff, like people don't know about the alternative.
Yeah, of course. Actually, alternative is a kind of medicine, but it's like a persuasion. When you're dealing with terrorists, what are you doing? You choose the hard way, kill or to be killed, or you do the persuasion. And you will see when you choose the hard way, it's never end. How can the war end? Never. Because you hate them, they hate you more. So the hatred is never end. So there's one of the, what they call, wise men said, how about the problem in the Middle East? Israel and the Middle East. This is not the problem. Really? They are fighting for hundreds of years. You have said this is not the problem? Yes. Because when I'm talking about problem, it can be solved. If the problem cannot be solved, it is not a problem. Right? It's not a problem. Really? Yeah. So something that cannot be solved is not a problem. That something can be solved is a problem. So, it is like terrorism. When you do the persuasion, there's no hatred. It is just misunderstanding. What do you want? What I want? Okay, we talk. And usually, it solves the problem. But when you kill me, I kill you, kill me, I kill you, it's never end. Because it is not the main problem. The main problem is I'm not satisfied. When you kill people, can they satisfied? When they kill your family, are you satisfied? An eye for an eye. Is it not? So that's why I said, we are doing the persuasion. It is our cell. I said to you, the cancer is not coming from outside. It is your side. It's already inside. It is your cell, your own cell. So what make our cells become a terrorism, become a cancer, is spread every day and then kill the host? Because you give something that to blind the cell, to toxic the cell. Even sometimes our hair can grow in the stomach. How can the hair grow in the stomach? Because it's blind. It's blind. So what is the blind? Toxic. It's like that. So the cell is panic. Don't know. There's no GPS. It grows everywhere. So it's growing to the bone, it's growing to your head. So it's growing everywhere. Why? Because the blindness. So what is the trigger the blindness? The toxin that's entering your body. So first of all, even you want to do the chemotherapy or surgery, it's okay. But you must know, it can repeat again. Then chemotherapy is not making your good, not trigger your good health. Really? It's just killing the cell. But the side effect, you must, what you call, you must put yourself in the dangers. Because it's storage to your heart, the liver, everything. It toxic. So it makes your body more weaker compared to before chemotherapy. It's like that. So sometimes chemotherapy go to two ways. But this is what you call, we're talking about the nature of the cancer cell. But when we're talking about the business, when you ask me, Sufendi Chai, what do you like? You would like to go to the alternative way, or you like to go to the standard standard procedure? What is standard procedure? Going to hospital to have the surgery, chemotherapy, radiation, blah blah. When I talking about business, I prefer the hospital. Why? Because people always 100, minimum 99% believe on you. Okay? So it means there's time to make money.
Yeah.
Okay? But what if cannot? They can go to alternative one. So alternative, it means is very, very bad condition or bad words. Alternative. Okay. For instance, actually alternative is a bad way, not the good way. How is it? Iron. Okay, we can treat this without any cut. Okay, any cut. Just I put medicine and can be healed. I said, really? No surgery? No. Okay, I choose this. But if I said, I cannot, you must go there to have the surgery. Amputation. Really? Yeah. So it means there's alternative. Right?
Yeah.
You want to cut or not? Do not cut. Can you heal if I do not want to have a surgery or the amputation? I said, yes. Oh, this is the first I choose. So what if? What if okay, you go to surgery room? There's alternative because I cannot choose. So actually alternative is a very, very bad word. Because you have no way. The only way. So from my point of view, I'm a businessman, I choose the hospital. Why? Because people prefer going there. But if not success, they're coming to me. So I just collect the garbage. Oh, please fix the garbage. My God, why you fix the garbage?
The garbage, right?
The garbage, yeah.
Yeah.
Why I get the garbage?
Yeah.
Okay? So, if I have the hospital, I have the fresh ingredient. In order to make a good food, the chef must find the fresh ingredient. That's the beginning of the good food. Even the chef may be not very good, but because of the ingredient is very fresh, you still can smell the food still have a sensation for you. Okay? So, what if the ingredient is not good? Even you have a good chef, 3-star of Michelin, still I said, I cannot do this. Because there is already broken, not good ingredient anymore. It is a waste. Right? So actually, I take from usually normal is the garbage from the hospital.
That's a good way of putting it. It's true though. It's sadly true.
Yes, that's true.
That's the case.
That's why I myself already 3 years seeking for funds to build a hospital in order I can take 100% fresh ingredient. Maybe my success rate, when I said to you at the beginning, we have 30% of success rate when people do the chemotherapy. 30% of success rate. But in my methods, I can guarantee at least 60% of the survival. Wow.
From the cancer.
Yeah, for the cancer. With my way. 60%. And I can make it 100%. How come you can make it 100%? I just choose. When people coming, this is 50% chance. No. I said, I put inside. One side, right? The survival rate is 90%. Okay, come. And I trade them, it can become 100%, right? So, how can you do, Mr. Chai, 100 people have a cancer problem and you can help 100%? How can you do that? I said, I careful pick up the ingredient. You understand?
You're treating them first.
Of course.
They're not going to
Of
alternative.
course. If I cannot, I said put in one side.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can go to another side, another hospital, not call my hospital. So I already screen it. That survival rate coming to my place. That cannot survive, postpone or go to another place.
Yeah, so this is cool. So for people listening, they're probably, if they're still listening, watching, they're probably like, wow, this is interesting.
Yes.
Like, I never heard of anything like this, any doctor talking like this before, you know?
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, how do I prolong my health? Like, what are the steps? If they're not in Bali, they can't come to your clinic, they can't see you in person. If they are in Bali, of course, they should do that. I recommend that.
Yes.
And we've talked about my friend, you helped her with that. And that's, for me, I'm always thinking like that. I'm always thinking of alternative medicine. Like from early age, you know, I saw my grandma pass away and what the doctor was saying and what they were doing to her. She was great before chemotherapy. And then after that, after the radiation, she just deteriorated really fast. So I'm always believing in the alternative methods. So that's one of the reasons why you're here, right? So trying to get this message out that you don't have to just go to chemotherapy. Like you have other options. So what can people do if they are in their own country and maybe they have their loved ones who has cancer and they're thinking about radiation, chemotherapy? Like what can they do?
Okay, first of all, yeah, like Indonesian, you know, our government, Indonesian government, very, very upset, yeah, a little angry because Indonesian rich citizen of Indonesia spend around 10 trillion dollars. 10 trillion, not million, trillion dollars.
Dollars, wow.
Every year, go to Singapore and Malaysia to do a treatment. See, there's a lot of money. What is the problem? It's not we are losing our money, our devisa, but of course as well as our doctor is not learning, not do practicing enough, because our good citizen with money, they flow away. So what are you doing? Of course, you lack of the experience, yeah, because people not doing treatment in Indonesia. So we can do what we call health tourism. They coming to here to Bali to heal the body and the mind. Healing the body, coming to my place. Because, sick people just only 5% of the population, right? The rest is 95% is the healthy or, not very healthy, but still not going to hospital, not seeking for doctors. So this is very, very huge volume. We usually 90% of the people eat the food, the nutrition, seeking for the food for the nutrition, or seeking for the medicine. Of course, the nutrition and food, right? But for the victim, the patient who is already involved with doctor and hospital, 5%, besides of the medicine, they still need what? Food and nutrition, right? But when you go to there, they are not put yourself priority to mention about food and nutrition. The priority is surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is good to kill the cancer cell. But how about if the cancer cell regrow again? Because you forget the course. So, you coming here from abroad. Okay, you see Bali is very cheap, tranquility, everything food, every food here you can find it. Yeah, you want to have a vegetarian, you have a Mexican food, everything. Yeah, we have it here in Bali because that's why we call Paradise Island. You can come in here to have a look around you, experience, because something new always make me happy, make us happy, because you experience not in your place, not in your country. But here you're coming to do like a meditation. You have experienced the medicine. If your antibody is get better and you know what to do, when you go back to your country, you do the chemotherapy, but you are entitled with medicine from me, that's herbal medicine, to keep your body works. Is take care of your body, while doctor take care of your sickness. So this is very, very good combination. So that's my patient maybe around this 15 September we come again. It is already around 3 months ago. He coming from Sydney, have a problem with the myeloma. Myeloma is mean the what you call the backbone and bone marrow, and have suffering from the prostate. And his wife 4 years ago died from the cancer, breast cancer. And I give him the treatment 3 months ago, and take my medicine as well. Go back to Australia, and after 2 months, he giving me a message. Hi, my myeloma is get better. Included my prostate is shrinking. I will be coming on September 15. I'm very glad to hear. He said, I want to do the treatment again. So it is very good for everybody if they believe we have a good treatment here. We are different, doing treat differently with the standard of medical. We are not avoid one of another things. We are combination. Yeah. So people, when they are things, I'm with you are different. So they fight each other. But if they think we are one as a human, we just are different. Okay, how I learn from you, you learn from me, and make it a beautiful bounce together.
How, so you touched on something like prostate. So how is his prostate shrinking?
So like prostate, like the the breast nodule or breast cyst, it can shrinking with my medicine, because my medicine enhance NK cell, natural killer cell. That's the most important thing in the body. So you know about the stem cell. People, when they age problem, the stem cell decline. So the stem cell responsible for three things. First, for the beauty. You look younger. The second, for metabolism. You are not suffering from diabetes, hypertension, cannot sleep, okay, heart disease, okay. The third, the most important thing, this T cell. You can upgrade your T cell. So when you have the good T cell, your body never produce toxin. Why? Because the macrophage cell kill all the things. So you are young, your metabolism good, and your T cell, you never suffering from outside. You never suffering from COVID. You never suffering from the colds. You never suffering from the cancer, because your body works.
So stem cell therapy is good for people to get.
Of course, that's the final, because one of the NSIA doctors said, in the future, there's no medicine anymore. Why not medicine? Because you can produce your stem cell. You can reproduce your stem cell. So when you reproduce your cell and put the body with the stem cell, you can be young again. Really? Yes. But of course, this is still in research. Stem cell is still expensive for most of us. It's still expensive, but it's already been there. But how to produce more? That's the questions, because the pharmacy, the doctor, do not happy to hear this. Do not happy, because there's no medicine. So where my factory goes?
Yeah. So the ozone is a cheaper alternative to the stem cell, right?
Yeah. Stem cell, because you rich. The second, because you have money. But for the most people that affordable, why can affordable? Like doing exercise, like doing the meditation, like doing the ozone. It's cheap, it's mean affordable for everybody. But the condition, not in very, very bad condition. Like maybe, how if I still feel okay, my blood sugar is a little bit higher, my hypertension sometimes going up, coming down. You are not in heavy trouble. You have problem, but this is small problem. In that time, you are entitled to have ozone therapy for maintenance, to take care of body. It means your body have a little problem. At that time, you must do something to fix it, not to wait. Because when you wait until you cannot stand, you must go to doctors. You must go to hospital. See the things. So it's just we talking about the percentage. When you are sick, maybe your condition is already 50% or maybe 40%. But when you are fit, maybe your condition about 70 or 80%. Who are the people going to gym? Who?
People that want to get fit, lose weight.
No, their condition is still fit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You never see very old people, very tired people, they going to gym to do gym. It's not possible. Right? So easy to gain something when you have something. It's easy to earn money when you have more money.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's true. I wanted to touch on, so it's clear that you said meditation, exercise, and ozone is cheap alternatives for people.
Yes.
If they're not in Bali, they can't come and see you.
Yeah.
But they can do that in their own country.
Of course.
And of course, eating well, not much sugar in your diet. Yeah. This is all stuff that people know already, right?
And don't forget about community. Community. You need a friends. You are not live alone. You know you are being loved. That's the most important thing.
It's a big one, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, love, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because so many people are alone. And that's actually one of the biggest killers of people is being alone, feeling alone.
Of course. So actually, the loneliness is because, not because the others, it's because of you. There's most people say, when you do good for me, I do better for you. It's not like that. This is not the natural law. The natural law is that when I do something good to you, he will return better. Right? So the most important is yourself. But finally, who gain? You. But people have the side effect. The goodness from you. When you do smiling, people smile for you.
Yep.
It's equal.
Yeah.
So yourself. So it's like karma. When you put A and then you get A. When you, have a seed for the orange and then you will get the orange fruits, right? It's like that. What you plant and then what you harvest is like same. So always yourself.
Yeah, and that's what I preach as well. Like, having that connection is really important. Like feeling connected, having deep, meaningful relationships, love, and just leading your life like that every day with love, being happy, like you said.
Yes.
So I want to touch on gout and fatty liver real quick, because gout is something that I've had a client before, and he had gout, and he was, I was telling him to get off the sugars and stuff like that, and helping him like lower his gout. So what is gout for those listening, and what is that, first of all?
Okay. Gout is usually excessive of exercise, over-exercise.
But what if you're overweight though? Like, because he was overweight, so he wasn't exercising.
Yeah. First. The second is because your antibody is going down. Because when you start talking about gout, there's a gout from the metabolism or from the antibody. When from the metabolism, because you eat too many what you call like red meat, okay, so it is burden to the kidney. So you must avoid these kind of things. Yeah, but when we're talking about your antibody, because gout sometimes is triggered by the what you call the rheumatism. Rheumatism is a kind of antibody that attack your bones. Yeah, so what you call aggregation of the antibody. The cancer victim is less of the antibody. The antibodies decline. But the people who suffering like lupus erythematosus, like bone problems, it is attacked from the antibody itself.
Right, so it sounds like when you increase your antibodies, all of these autoimmune issues go away.
Yes.
Lupus, gout, fatty liver.
Yes. But sometimes antibody, we experience two things. Lack of antibody, less antibody, or the antibody too strong. When the antibody is strong, it's blind too. It's blind. It's attack the body. So we call aggregation of the antibody is too strong.
But is that rare?
Rare. Yeah, it's rare. Of course, it's rare. So the cancer victim is rare too. Yeah, from the population, just 0.01. Yeah, but it's still huge because the population, how many? 7 trillion
So when you did the ozone therapy, I remember there was uric acid. There was some foam at the top, and you said that's uric acid.
Of course.
And which is from gout, right? No, that's not from gout. Where is uric acid from?
Usually uric acid from first less of drinking, but usually common things is coming from food.
Yeah.
So like red meat, yeah, too much red meat. So uric acid is too much of red meat. So what is the ingredient like that is purine. So if purine is become what they call toxic, especially to the what they call like kidney stones, like gout. Yeah, so it's a purine. So purine is containing in red meat especially.
This is an interesting topic because so have you heard of the carnivore diet? It's where you just eat meat.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
So there's a whole movement and people just eat meat, right?
Yeah.
So they eat red meat like more than like between 800 grams and 1 kilogram of meat every day.
Yeah.
And I did this experiment. So before I came to you, I was doing that for like 1 year. And I was doing that every day. So every day I'd have like 500 grams, 700 grams of meat every day, red meat.
Yeah, yeah.
And so probably that's why my uric acid, I don't know if it was high. I don't think I had a blood test and it wasn't high, but it was normal range, but I could see it in the ozone therapy, like in there. So it's interesting. Like, what do you think about red meat? And you said gout, and what do you think about eating a lot of red meat? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, of course. Because red meat, what is the benefit of red meat? Meat, because it is protein. Protein is you can gain the muscles more. Muscles, the what you call the strength, yeah. But of course, there's a negative way when you eat red meat too much. Okay, it's poisoning your body too, especially when you less of drinking. When you eat red meat, you must do exercise more. So, but especially if you want to eat the good protein, of course, not red meat, but white meat, like fish. Instead of you eat red meat, it toxic to the body. It is better you eat chicken breast, or the fish, white protein. So, in that case, if you eat red meat more, what is the benefit? You must do exercise, because it's gain the muscles, muscles, the strength. Is rebuild your body, the muscles, to build the muscles. So that's we eat protein. Okay, but if you are not what they call sportman, why you eat so much meat? So actually, you want to eat more while you just eat, maybe let's say one time you eat around 300 gram of food or 500 gram. Do you want to eat 1 kilo? You said, no, I just need, it is what you eat is just suitable for you in your condition. Suitable. But if you take more, what for? Yeah. If you are sportman, of course you need more, because you are sportman. You spend more energy, so you must put more. If you are not, it's just a burden to you. So if the protein not being used, it's become a toxic to body. It can be uric acid, it become the kidney stones, it become gout. It's like that. So you must reduce. So there's many people, the sportmen, they eat more meat because they do sporting. But after they are not doing the sporting, they behave or eating meat the same, not less. So they become problems. Because the meat cannot be used anymore. It stay in the body as a toxin. It's like a deposit. You are not using the money, but you store the money more. But so when people have many more money, a lot money, he's confusing. Where should I put my money? See,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just still have little money. Okay, you put here, put there, it doesn't matter, because it won't affect you. So it's the body like that. Don't confuse the body.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's like the overeating protein when you're not active.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point, because then you can get, was it gout, kidney stones?
Yes.
And what's the other one you said?
Kidney and gout, kidney stones, uric acid.
Yeah.
So it toxic, because uric acid, when you see in microscopic form, uric acid is like what they call like durian. Durian.
That's the worst fruit ever. I hate that fruit.
Yeah, I know. But you can see the form, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is many what they call like very very sub object.
Right.
Yeah, enter your bloodstream, and it's hurt. It's not rounded.
How does someone prevent kidney stones?
Yeah, prevent uric acid.
Keep uric acid low.
Yeah, uric acid low. So what is in uric acid? Purine. So what is in purine? Purine that's contain red meat, and of course beans. Bean content of uric acid too. Purine.
So what? So you're saying to not eat those foods if you want.
Not excessive.
Not excessive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you take is because your body need. Don't overtake it.
Okay. So people that have kidney stones are overeating those two foods.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Right. Okay. So what about fatty liver?
Fatty liver, because they love to eat sweet. Sweets, too much sugar, excessive sugar.
Yeah.
Carbohydrate. Of course, meat, but especially with very, 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 very oily food.
And vegetable oils.
Vegetable oils, it doesn't matter.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, like you said, how about the what they call seed, grape seed? How about the what they call olive oil? It's okay. It's okay.
Huh.
Yeah, but usually the normal oil, yeah, like cooking oil, it is very, 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 very fragile. It's easily to become a toxic when you put in the high temperature.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Right.
So that's why when you want to eat oil, you eat olive oil, maybe in rare is very good. Yeah, in rare form. Because when you put very high temperature, it's become toxic to the body. See?
Yeah.
Like
So, agreed on the olive oil. But the vegetable oils, I'm interested to see, because what I've studied about seed oils is that the linoleic acid is very toxic to the body, right? And it goes and deposits in the arteries. And seed oils is all bad. So I tell people, don't eat any vegetable oil, sunflower oil, canola oil, none of that. Soybean oil.
The key is do not take excessive. When your body needs just maybe around 20 gram per day, you do. But if you eat more, because you need exercise more, it's burning out, because it is become energy to the body. So you use it or not. If you don't use it, it's become deposit, and it's become poison to the body. It's like that. So don't afraid about eating that something, but your body need it. So the key is just only the balancing. Take what you need. Don't excessive.
Yeah, that's why I use ghee butter because when you heat it, it doesn't lose its nutrient profile, right?
Of course.
So just use ghee butter mostly, and then coconut oil sometimes, but not much.
Of course.
Yeah.
So that's why people get fat. That's the problem, because they eat the calorie more compared to the body need.
Right.
When you burning it, you become slim. When you do exercise, mostly if you have the muscles burning more calorie.
But still, I met so many people that are healthy. They're fit, but they're not healthy. So you can also be fit. You can look great, but your internal health is still not good.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So that's why there's things first. Your mind as well. You must have a very very moderate mind, not too. Yeah, you have simple mind, so make you happy or everything. So when you happy, your heartbeat is slow.
Yeah.
So when your heart slow down, so as well as your metabolism. Yeah, so like beer, they hibernate. You see, they no need to consume, and they can live. It's like that. So we do something meditation. We control our anger. So it's make you different. Really, not because of the food only. Your mind as well.
Yeah. And that's very refreshing to hear from a doctor, because I haven't heard any doctor talk about this, talk about the mind and the connection between the mind and health.
Of course.
Yeah, it's really good to hear. And people need to hear that, because, you know, everyone just thinks that the solution's in the pill or, you know, some surgery or something.
Yeah.
But it's actually what's causing that. Like, what's causing the health issues? This is what I like to think about. It's like, there's a book there, it's called The Body Keeps the Score. And it's all about this topic, right? About how the mind, like everything that happens to us, gets stored in our body. And if we have resentments against someone or we're angry at someone, it's happening in our health. It's affecting us.
Yes. Because it's not 1 hour, 2 hour. It's the whole day, whole month, a whole year. It consumes you.
Yeah.
See that?
It's like storing in your mind. It's on your mind all the time.
Of course. So what you call the law of the attraction. When you love somebody, somebody will always longing you. See, when you hate somebody, there's somebody will hate you too, because it's equal. How to love yourself? Love others. When you have the concentrate to put your energy to others who's suffering, and you will forget your problem. Right? When you help people, are you thinking about yourself? No. When you love your baby, you take care of your baby 24 hours, are you thinking of yourself? No. So that's mostly women always healthy when they take care of their child. Because the problem is to others, not to herself anymore. Love others and you will get love. As a return. This equal.
But for that to happen, you have to have love within yourself first.
Because you love yourself.
Yes.
The more you love yourself, the more you love others.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you are too ego, you hope everybody will love you. That's impossible thing. How can we harvest? We never plan. How? I don't know. When you put something, you will get something in return. So always yourself, but do it in contrary, in the reverse way. People always think themselves. If they think others, an elder will love him. Really? Always do oppositely. When you want to find something, it never, even in the front of you, it never find out. It's blurred. But suddenly, when you have any time, do not know what do you doing? Do you still that's the key I want to found 3 days ago, just in front of me. When you don't need, you can realize it present. When you need it badly, you see nothing. So, people, the success people always see reverse, in reverse way. So they will call, this is not the ordinary person. Because he or she always see in the different way. So why are you ordinary people? Because you see in the ordinary way. When you see in the different way, you are a special person. So we learn from that. We want to be a special, but how you want to do the anti-mainstream? We call anti-mainstream, not in the same way as ordinary person do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that. And what's next for you? What's next for you mentioned that you're building a hospital.
Yeah, actually, Aaron, it is very important to me now because already 25 years I hear many people, many what you call rich people, many famous people coming from abroad. I hear them many, yeah, because they need my help. But finally, I realized this is not I want. Because when we heal people, people in return give you money. But how much money is depend on how much you can serve them. You know, rich people always hire 100,000 million of people. So how come they become rich? When you are just use yourself to earn money, you just have one person with 24 hours. When you have 1,000 week with you, so make sure 1,000 times 24 hours contributed to yourself or to your company. So that's why you become rich. So I want to be rich. But how? Because my expertise in the medical field. So first of all, I want to dig deeply. I want to help more people, but not in a personal way. I must do in a group way. So I want to raise a hospital for people who cannot afford to pay. The problem is the government can pay you, but they lack of organization, lack of people to do this. And then the government say, okay, if you have the facility to take care of the people in a way that we approve, we pay you 100%. So we ask government to give us money and we treat people. People, the community, very, very pleased because our presence. So the state presence and our presence in the community. Because we doing together and we help the community. That's the first thing. But the second thing, of course, you have money. You create workspace. You create job. And you have more money. This is I want. If I have more money, I want to build schools. Because Aaron, if you coming to this great island, you will see it's beautiful people, beautiful religions, beautiful environment, everything beautiful. And of course, money made it works. Money made it works. But if you go to the beautiful country, especially the island in the East Island, you have been in Komodo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flores, yeah. Right.
Yeah, Flores. You go to NTT, you go to NTB, Lombok. The environment is very bad. But the people is very, very lack of luck. They do not experience a good house, a good food, of course, the good educations. And they are tremendous poor. How can we help them? First, you cannot give them money. That's the false thing you first to do is a false thing. How to help them? The poverty, we can help with poverty if we give them a facility to build schools, to teach them, to facilitate them, give them knowledge, give them experience, and everybody can grow together. They can learn, they can productive, they can produce many things, and then can teach. That's become a new society with knowledge. And they can produce money. It has become a productive community. So my aim is that. Actually, I want to collect more money to build schools for them. Free school. So, do I need money? Yes, but not for myself. But for people who unfortunate. I'm more than fortunate. My children go abroad and they have a good education abroad. So what I need? No. But still I have more energy, I have knowledge, I have the experience, I have the society. How to help them? That's actually my aim. So to build hospital, because I want to dig more water to the thirsty one. The thirsty is not 1,000 million. But how? If you give them money, they need more money.
Yeah, they'll just keep needing more.
Always.
Yeah.
So teach them.
Yep.
So this is actually my aim. But what I'm going to build, especially a hospital here, first the kidney hospital specialist and the cancer hospital specialist. So in this island we have 70 of hospital that not yet specialists. They are general hospital. So if I build a hospital, we are supported by 70 of hospital on this island. See? So we are not compete to them, we help them. And they did others badly, especially the cancer patient. So I can prove at least my survival rate 60%. Even better compared to Singapore.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, of course. If you want to do something, do it differently, unique. If you are the same, there's no difference. I want to make difference.
That's good advice for people. Yeah, if you want to do something, do it differently, do it unique. Otherwise, you're the same as everyone else.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So we are doing in unique way, with not in ordinary way. Because why? Because we are special person. It's like, do it contrarily, not going to in the mainstream, anti-mainstream, but good for the community, for the people.
Yep.
So that's make me more happiness. My happiness like that.
Yeah. So last question. So Dr. Chai, we've been going for a long time now, and you've been blessing us with your knowledge and wisdom. It's really good, refreshing perspectives on health, which is really valuable. So I always end every episode with this question. So it's, what is the meaning of life in your own words?
Okay. Actually, it's very simple. I'm now 62 years old, going to 63. After 60, I realized we live in this world because we want to fix this world. We want to fix this world. So, we are learning how to fix this world by learning. So, my presence in this world is because I want to learn. But because I already more than mature, I want to teach. So learn and teach in the same way. So we can make the world a better place to live. Actually, this world is heritage by our ancestors. We are very pleased because our ancestors giving us a good world to us, left us a good world. But don't forget, as our ancestor, we must make this world better than our ancestor. So I always said, do not have many children. If you are living just an ordinary person, because you just waste our food. You say, so what is the problem? There's many Westerners coming to the HB society. You know, what is the problem with the world? I said, what is the problem? Too many people. Oh my God. But actually, it's not true. The too many people, just ordinary people. But most of them useless. What is the war? The war is to take benefit from others.
Yeah.
You want to have a natural resource. You kill them. You grab them. Is that then? Why? Because we need to live. If you have no children, why you fight for? No. You just enjoy yourself. But if you have many children, why you fight for? For my family. See? So, make sure if you have children, make sure he can be a better person than you. He can support the community. Not as a burden as this community. The community is already sovereign. So, bear a child to lead, to lighten the burden. That's the most important thing. Besides, of course, you part of this world. Enjoy the world. Don't forget to enjoy it. That's the most important thing. So, I'm coming here to learn. And I'm coming here to teach. But finally, I realized after 60, yes, I know what to do. I want to teach. But how to teach? Earn money. Build facility. And then teach. And of course, we can change the world. Not by me, by teaching. So we are the guru. We lead the people. Like Abraham. Lead the people. Like the Musa, lead the people. So change the world.
I love that. Change the world. I like that. By leading, teaching.
Yes.
That's great. So, Dr. Tjuata, thank you very much for coming on. If people want to find out more about you and your practice, your clinic, where can they go if they're listening?
Yeah, of course, we are pleased to share. We are pleased to discuss. Of course, we love to to make each other connected together. That's the most important things, you know. So the power is knowledge. And we share together at the same world. So let the world get benefit before and after we die. That's it.
So where can they go to find out more about your practice?
I living in Denpasar, Jalan Pulau Nusa Penida. Jalan Pulau Nusa Penida 26 is mean it is just beyond of the Surya Husada Hospital. Beyond the Surya Husada. Just only the opposite street.
And it's called Bali Healthcare Centre, right? BHCC.
Yeah, BHCC.
Yep.
I have to clean it there. BHCC for the center, for the dialysis center. And the other is traditional medicine, Mr. Chai. Traditional medicine, Mr. Chai. But the very famous one is BHCC because it is free for the society. For the people have the kitas, they are free coming to do the treatment because it's paid by the government. So you don't have to worry. No single cent you pay. I'm assured that. BHCC.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. Thank you very much for coming on, Dr. Chai.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was a
welcome.
great time.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. See you guys in the next one.